afternoon to anybody who may be watching this now or later. I'm not sure. Oops, hang on. Yes, please ignore that. All right. Anyways, Mandy, if you're still here, it's awesome to see you. I miss you so much. I don't know when we're going to be able to get together and chat, but let's do that soon. Yeah, I could definitely use a chat. Um, so, as I'm sure anybody who's watched me in the last year or so, I was I've been kind of off and on with my ability to stream and stay on a schedule. This is just a part of my life. I struggle to stay on a schedule. I struggle to um, do a lot of things in life. I have been um, working on myself, but there's a lot of stuff going on in my life that has been very difficult. One of those things caused me to, hang on, let me do one thing. Okay. Um, I've had a lot going on in the last several months of my life, and unfortunately, that has caused streaming to fall down as far as my priorities. It hasn't fallen in my priorities on what I'm trying to do and the community I'm a part of and the messages that I want to get out. But today's basically just an explanation as to where I've been, why I've been so quiet, in my own words, because a lot of people like to talk, and I'm not a fan of people talking for me. So I'm going to go ahead and, I answer any questions. See if I can talk. Answer any questions if there are any. At some point, I'm not sure if people are going to come in here or not. If not, then I don't have to answer any questions, and I will just explain the reasons why I have been away from my computer. It did start for me in the summer of 24, where I was modding for a content creator, and people within the community just started, I guess, battling with each other, arguing with each other, disliking each other, whatever it is. Somehow I got caught up in that, and I needed to walk away. For several months, I felt too afraid to make content. That is not the case anymore. Because life has a way of lifing you and reminding you of the things that really matter. And the things that really matter are not other people's issues. What matters in my life is my life. Sorry, I'm just getting used to living in a home and having a door that's open, and it sounds like somebody's walking towards the door, and I'm like, oh my God, who's out there? But I'm out by a lake, so I'm good. Oh, wait, what was that? Somebody taught me this great trick. So one thing to know about me is that I'm extremely self-conscious, and a friend taught me a trick of how to cover myself on the screen so I don't pay attention to that. And I think that's great. So that's what I'm going to do. So I also did some streams over Thanksgiving and Christmas as part of a community, holding each other up and getting each other through the difficult holiday season. That was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, some drama decided to come in here too. And listen, I'm a person with childhood trauma. I have complex PTSD. If people are going to start attacking me, I will walk away. It's very easy for me. I'm not bragging. It's a fault. It's not a superpower. It can be a superpower at times if things are really bad in a situation, it's much better to just walk away. Stop. It's much better to walk away than get into conflict when no conflict needs to be had. Uh, I just was dealing with a lot of fear. I moved out of the city, and that was a big move for me. I lived in my apartment downtown for 5 years. I felt very at home there, except the building wasn't healthy, and the neighborhood was just getting worse, and there's a lot of discourse in the city that I was living in, and I got sick of being threatened there too, for being an outspoken activist, and so now I'm out here, mostly peaceful by a lake, just waiting for it to defrost so that I can drop a kayak in the river around the corner and just ride and listen to music and lose myself in the beauty of nature. I say a lot. So where have I been? Well, so far this year, because hey, Sammy, it's really, really good to see you. Thank you for saying that. I'm happy to be live. This was prompted by an unexpected and painful death in my life. And I don't know why that's open. Hang on a second. Shh. I apologize. If you guys can hear Thomas, I can't make him stop. I mean, I guess I could lock him out of the office, but I'm not going to do that. But yeah, so I want to share who this. Yeah, he's always talking with me, Sammy. He is always talking to me. Misha. He's not friendly, Misha. He's trying to get out of the house. So anyway, I'm going to do this as my outro as well. But hello, Kazi. I love you all. Thank you for showing up. This stream is dedicated to this man here over my shoulder. That's Steve Molesky, the 1-year anniversary of his passing at the age of 57 was Sunday, March 8th. To Audrey Gore. What is up, people? So, and then Sunday, 3 days later, my last boyfriend, who had been battling cancer and had literally on March 1st just hit his 1-year soberversary for his alcoholism, had been suffering with the flu, and on March 2nd had to be rushed to the hospital, where he passed away on Wednesday, March 12th at 3:23 a.m. His name, hey Fingy, it's great to see you. His name was Dwayne. He went by Dewey. And this is a photo of us in January of 2022. He had been battling cancer, which in itself is unfair for somebody who finally was really getting a handle on his sobriety. And he got the flu the last week of February. He had a mass on his tongue, kind of like the base of his tongue, and some burns on the roof of his mouth. And he had been going through this, and of course, the flu took him, and he ended up in the same hospital that my stepfather was in the first 3 weeks he was hospitalized in. I was not aware that he was at that hospital. I wasn't aware he was in the hospital. Um, I didn't find out that he passed until Saturday morning when I woke up to a dear friend texting me so I wouldn't see it on Facebook, which she knew that I don't really do much on Facebook anymore. But yeah, I didn't see this obviously. And yeah, so Dewey was my last boyfriend. He was the last man to touch me. He was the last man to sleep in my bed. I think that it might have been a little worse at the apartment because he did live there with me for a while. I did quietly harbor hope that once he got some time in, because we've been talking for a year and a half, not seeing each other physically, but texting, talking on the phone for about 18 months. And, I wanted to make sure that he was taking care of him first. And then the cancer stuff came. And I never wanted to put any pressure on him by saying, hey, listen, it'd be really great if, maybe we could try again. I just felt like he had to put himself first. Like I have to put myself first in my healing journey of my TTI trauma, which he was aware of. And he was very aware of this channel. And he was very proud of me for doing this channel. And that's why I'm sitting here in the chair today. Hi, Shannon. So this one's for Dewey. And I hope you're proud of me. Okay. So the only idea that I really had was that if anybody wanted to ask questions as to, how I am, where I've been. Thank you, Fingy. I appreciate you. Hi, Shannon. Hi, Tiff. And I believe that he will rest in peace. It's just, it's one of those situations where one of those things that always scared me, right? Like I was always afraid that things are going to start going really good in my life, or like some friends, like I wouldn't have had a chance to have things go right in my life, and I would pass. And I've watched too many people that I love. Those of you who know me know that I won't count, because it would probably take all of us, all our fingers and toes, for me to count the amount. Trying, I'm fighting through all of this. Oh, that's the thing. Hang on, I got to put that. Whoever came up with that idea where I don't see myself in the box is a genius, because I would just sit here and stare at myself and play with my hair and fix this and fix that. So because Dewey was so proud of my channel, because Steve was so proud of my channel, because I am very proud of my mission, I am back to streaming officially as of today. My layout is going to be a little different than it, well, not that it ever really took shape, did it? So I'm kind of doing a reset on my channel, but the focus stays the same, except I had to remind myself with thank you. I appreciate that. I still have some stuff to put up over here, but you know what? When I tell you I did tell you, but I agree with you. I agree with you, Shannon. The things that I've got accomplished here, and it's only Wednesday this week, is a miracle. The amount of alive I have felt since Monday, even though I'm still sleeping, is that extra, because I needed to agree with my psychiatrist that we needed for now to bring up bring up one of my medications by 10 milligrams, my antidepressant, to help me get through this difficult time. And I can tell you now, after 2 weeks, it's really working. And some of you already know what I'm going to say, but I'm really proud of myself and I'm going to call it out. I did all the laundry that I've been wanting to do, all the clothes that I had available to me, and I'll explain, were all dirty and always get dirty because it's only like seven outfits or whatever. So I took the sofa cover off my sofa and then my heated blanket, and I washed that as a load. Then I washed all my clothes. I washed my comforter, my sheets, everything. Then I pulled everything out of my closet because this is a small cottage. This is a lake cottage. So it's a 1-bedroom house with this room here, which I've chosen to make my office. It could be whatever a person wanted it to be, really. But I have one big closet, and I had just, it was, those of you who know me, it was tough moving after being somewhere for 5 years, which was the longest I'd been anywhere, in my entire life, not just my adult life, but in my entire life. It was the longest I'd ever lived in one place. And my place does smell amazing. Any place I live smells amazing because I'm all about the smells. And I emptied out that closet, which I had just thrown everything in because I couldn't even deal with it. Just getting used to living here and the issues going on between me and my friend who lives next door. Apologies for that. I might have allergies. I don't know. I might have allergies. I might have a cold. I might have COVID. My stepdad has COVID and is still in the hospital. I haven't taken a test yet. I'll probably do it when I get done here because I haven't really been. I know. Me too. And I can tell you honestly, probably 40 people feel the same way that you do about that. I'm really grateful that I moved to, and now I've been here since November, and now I'm starting to actually live here. I pulled everything out of that closet. I looked through all the bags. I dumped all the bags of clothing, stuff that needed to be hung up, stuff that needed to be put away in drawers, and I put everything away. I ran out of hangers, so I need to get some more hangers. That's not really that big of a deal, but I'm so proud of myself. And then I organized what I have in the closet. And now that it's only March, and Michigan is one of those states where it can be 65 degrees today and 32 degrees tomorrow. Technically, it's 60. Hi, Brian. 67 here today, and it was 32 yesterday. So, it's not really time to change out my clothes, but I have a couple of bins, and I'm going to change out my winter clothes to give myself more space in my dresser and my closet. But the fact is, what I'm trying to say is that I'm living what I've been doing since at least June of 2024. I'm holding myself accountable. Is that, yes, that's at 4:40, right? Kazi, 4:40, because I wanted to be wrapped up by then. I don't want to cross the streams. Wow. I never thought I'd be able to use a Jay and Silent Bob. Wait, no, that's not a Jay and Silent Bob thing. Was that Step Brothers? What was the original Don't Cross the Streams thing? Anyways, whatever. I'm a goofball. Hello, Davy, my twin. I am good. I'm glad you snorted. I'm glad that I'm being funny, that I'm being my funny self again. And I practiced, to be fair. I have on Wednesdays, I have therapy from 2 to 3, and I did my therapy in the office, and it felt great. And I was really happy about it. Because I had been in here for Jimena's stream. I was trying to work backstage, but I have to get with her because I don't have the access to star comments, and I need to learn how to do that. But I'm a fast learner. So The new layout of this channel is going to be once or twice a week, depending on the amount of stories and information that I can share in regards to the troubled teen industry and what is surrounding it, which also includes now the Department of Health and Human Services and the Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert Kennedy Jr. Dr. Oz, unfortunately, I have to, and Phil McGraw. Still, I mean, he doesn't technically have a official post in the administration yet, but I'm sure he will soon. Crystal, don't be sorry. How dare you? I'm happy that you are able to take a nap. So I'll be doing 1 to 2 stories a week. I also want to cover the continuing saga of the 3 boys, the 3 adopted boys who were abandoned in Jamaica. Elijah, many of you know about Elijah because last summer I was his survivor advocate during his hearing upstate Michigan. And also the governor of Kentucky's adopted son is another person that we're going to cover. I have survivor friends that also plan to have come on here and interview. And then every week on Sunday, I haven't made up my mind on a time. I need to get with my other content creator friends and figure out, who streams when on Sundays. And what I will do on Sundays is a live stream. So the other 1 or 2 videos a week, they're not going to be premieres. I'm not going to be in a chat. It's just going to be informational videos. And then in the weekly wrap up, which I want to come up with a cute little name for that, I'll be discussing those topics, answering questions, filling in any information that I've gotten since then. Also talking about me and my life and my journey as I continue. It's something that I really got away from by getting distracted by other people's bullshit. Kimbay's here. Hello, darling. Good to see you. I appreciate everybody for... Okay, whatever. Shoot. I'm going to be sharing my journey. I haven't been talking about my life as it stands. I've been too busy talking about other people's issues and where I come into it or fit into it, or where I really don't. I don't want to be involved in any of this crap. This is other people's issues. It's not my issues. So I'm going back to sharing my daily struggles on a weekly basis, because right now committing to doing something like this every day is too much for me. Like I said earlier, I have a stepfather who's been in the hospital for over a month. I have a mother who is trying to hold herself together and be supportive of him. And I have a dear friend who is still a year and a week later mourning the loss of her husband, who part of Steve is literally always with me now. I got this on the anniversary of his passing when we went to the cemetery together. And not the necklace. I bought the necklace. But because I know, meow, Mandy the Catsby. Let me tell you something. We need to stop saying that we miss each other and that we need to talk. Seriously, we just need to talk. And that's it. So I'm going to be sharing more about the intricacies of my journey. I have retained an attorney who is assisting me in the process of getting Social Security disability. That's been a very difficult thing for me to come to terms with, but I have since, so don't worry. I have come to terms with it. I am looking for a place to set up an autism assessment, because I am absolutely autistic, but I do need an official diagnosis from an accredited assessor for my disability claim before I decided I was going to file for disability, which means that I can still work, right? I can still work. I can still do, I can still do my activism stuff for Unsilence and anything that they need from me. I can still do anything that they need for me to do from 1111 Media Impact, for all survivors. I can still do these things. I just can only make a certain amount of money once I'm approved. Before I decided I was going to file an application for disability, I had made the decision that it didn't really matter to me I'm about to be double nickels here in 3 months. I'm going to be 55. And I thought, what difference is it going to make in my life at 54, 55 to find out that I'm autistic? I'm, but it actually matters a great deal for Social Security. So I'm going to do it. Well, it is, you know what? I want to highlight this. Yes, Crystal agreed. It is sad that you need to hire a lawyer. The government should walk you through it. Yeah, here's the deal though. The government doesn't want you to have it. I mean, isn't that why it's so hard to get? They always say to expect to be denied the first time. Well, I did it 10 years ago and was denied. And I felt defeated. I didn't have any assistance. I didn't have an attorney. I was living in Savannah, Georgia at the time. It was very difficult for me to navigate all of the paperwork and everything. I get so easily distracted, and then I just get like, let's see what's Misha have to say here. It's great to see all of you, Jenn. Keep your living life for you. Never know whose world you are lighting up by fighting like you do. I know. Just go get in the hot tub. Oh, I thought you said you had to go get in the hot tub. I'm like, no, that's rude. Don't tell people that you're going to do that. Because I would love to get in the hot tub. But that's okay. Go get ready. Is it, somebody tell me, is it at 4:40 or is it earlier so that I know when to end? Because I want to get over there to that stream. Basically just saying hello, reintroducing myself to people who I've lost contact with, and introducing myself to people who may just be finding me for the first time. My name's Jenn. I'm an anxiety-aholic. What? Did that light just burn out? Okay, great. My superpower is jumping to conclusions in a single bound in 40 minutes. Okay, thanks, love. So, I can't stand those long tube lights, and that's what's in this room. My landlord doesn't cover maintenance, so now I've got to go to one of those big box stores and get a light. Hopefully I still, let me see, how do I look? Oh no, I'm still bright enough with the door open. That's not bad. So I will be sharing more of my journey. I had gotten away from that because I didn't necessarily feel safe. Now I just don't care. Oh, okay, cool. And but I was drawn away from this for many months. I had a friend living with me at my apartment for 4 months, and I didn't really feel comfortable streaming when they were there. It's not anything necessarily to do with them, but I don't really feel like I can flow so good if somebody's walking around. I'm still new and insecure about this, but I have a million excuses. Honestly, at the end of the day, there was just so much going on in my life that I couldn't even prioritize this. And I should have. Not for me and for for the survivors that I have already reached, and for the survivors that I have yet to reach, and for the stories that I've yet to expose publicly to a wider audience, because people are really starting to pay attention now. Thank you. Okay, is that it? Okay, great. It's Thomas making his regularly scheduled appearance on the show. He's my sidekick. This will be, covering TTI with Jenn and Thomas. I did this right here. I needed to work on myself. I did need to. I did work on myself, not as much or as consistently as I should have, because I just kept getting distracted by life. I am more focused on myself now. So, and I'm back to being focused on what's going on in the industry, how we have people like Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who is the Secretary of Health and Human Services, talking about weaning people off of antidepressants by putting them in camps, wellness camps. And he's also been discussing, pets on camera are good for the algorithm. Sweet. Because you guys know I'm all about the algorithm. I'm all about the clicks and the likes and the subs and the shares. And I know that I need to be. I do. I know that I need to be. But my co-host is way better at that stuff. Could you look at the camera and here, over here, right here. Say, watch me here. Watch how cute I am. Look at how cute I am. I'm so cute. My name's Thomas Jerome. Okay, get out of the way. Yeah, he's a sweetie because he's a sweetie. Yeah, that dude is. Let me highlight this. This dude is horrible. So, RFK Jr. has plans. His solving the mental health crisis in the United States is to round people up that are on antidepressants and any other sort of psychotropic medications, and weaning them off of them in wellness camps. He's also made a couple of big announcements about I'm not going to make fun of his voice, Sammy, because I get that he has an issue. I have plenty of things that I can go after this guy for. He's also talking about wilderness camps and wellness camps for teenagers, and he has used the word troubled in that. And unfortunately, recently it came to my attention. I need to follow up to be sure. I need to know. I mean, I don't know why I'm saying I need to, whatever. I need to know. I'm owning it. As a survivor and a representative and an advocate and an activist, I need to know what Jelly Roll is talking about when he says he's opening up a wilderness camp for teenage boys to keep them from going into juvenile detention like he did, and eventually prison. I want to know who he's working with, where he's getting the money, who's doing his staff, because if he's aligned with any of the umbrella companies that run the TTI, then I unfortunately will have to fight against Jelly Roll. And I don't want to do that, because I really, until I heard him say that, I still have, stop it, man. Seriously. I have a lot of respect for him, working his way out of a really bad life to become a very successful artist. And I actually do like a lot of his work. Yes, we do. And let's stop talking about it. Yes, worms ate his brain. He buried a bear cub in Central Park because he didn't know what else to do with it. I mean, but, vaccines are bad. And you know what? I can't prove if vaccines are or are not bad. But honestly, oh, no, I know you weren't. No, I know you weren't making, listen, Sammy, I know that you weren't making fun of him. I'm just saying that I could very easily go down that that sort of, I could be I could be a little petty at times and, say some things, and it wasn't even about you. But yes, it can be very difficult to listen to him. As I imagine, it can be hard for him to talk sometimes. Um, but I'm not going to sit by when we just got a national federal law passed, even though I understand it's more of an exploratory law, like a first step. We have to look into these things and make sure that they're properly accredited and but no, we would never be petty. Yeah, you go ahead and say it. But I do find it to be very troubling and disturbing. I Actually, I feel so much to be incredibly scary and disturbing because we seem to be going into this 100-year cycle. And if you look at what was going on 100 years ago, we're not headed for good things. I would like to be a part of making sure that doesn't happen. And for me, it starts with the kids, and it starts with the throwaway kids, the troubled kids, the there's a new scripted show starring Toni Collette coming out soon. I don't have a date yet on Netflix, and it's called Wayward. And there's an advertisement for this place, and she says, "We come to our place where we help solve the problem of adolescence." And I thought, well, if you could do that, you should patent it and give it to every kid in the whole world. Like, what do you mean? Yeah, he is. Thomas is he's my co-host, my sidekick, my familiar, my buddy. We are in a new gilded age. Yes. And instead of the robber barons, it's the tech bros. 100%. Just look at the inauguration. Why were those four men sitting in seats that are usually saved for actual politicians? I didn't watch the inauguration. I had more important things to do. I think, which is anything. But now is the time to really. He's really cracking me up. He's basking in the light. This one. So we're going to be going down the rabbit holes, back down the rabbit holes of the adopted boys who were abandoned in Jamaica, and we're still dealing with issues with their freedom, and their future and how that looks for them. And I just want people to remember that one of these young men is the adopted son of the governor of Kentucky. If anybody lives in Kentucky or knows anybody who lives in Kentucky, feel free to reach out to the governor of Kentucky and remind him of what a shameful person he is for jumping on the trendy bandwagon by adopting a black son, then throwing him away to a troubled teen industry program in Jamaica. And then when it gets raided, because the country of Jamaica actually cares more what happens to teenagers than the United States does, close the place down. And then they go into the CPS of Jamaica. Right now, off the top of my head, I can't remember the name of it, of their foster system. But these young men still deserve justice. And I'm sick of seeing wealthy white couples adopt black children and then throw them away if they're not learning how to fall in line with their white rich people ways. I'm actually really excited that a politician was stupid enough to do this, because he's a public figure. And that's all I'm going to say about that right now. I will be doing a video on him and his son this coming week. I am going to be pushing for a video this week. I still think I want to go a little deeper on Phil McGraw, like I had been planning to a couple months ago. asking questions on why this man is allowed to go on ice raids in Chicago. It doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. Also, that man still runs a media empire through his website. That is another way that we can get in his way, is to speak out on his videos. He has comments open on his channel. He's still sending children to programs. He is still taking money from programs and from the blanket companies like United Health Services, NatSap. I'll get you a whole list, and then you'll know the companies to look for and see who stands with these companies, who takes money from these companies, and really start to make some noise, because I can tell you that I have been told by people high up in the anti-trouble teen industry movement that I am inspiring survivors and that my speaking out is making a difference. So it's time for me to be back. And I am. And I'm really excited. And I really want to thank those of my friends who have stuck with me through this. Many of you are here. I love all of you. And today's Wednesday, so I will have a video recorded on Friday, and then by Sunday I will know what time I'm going to be doing my Sunday wrap up stream, and also kind of weekly confessional, like how my week was and dealing with all of this. And this is so true. Seriously, Audrey, so true. Speaking out matters more than anything. It does. It's been proven to me. I've had other survivors that didn't realize they were survivors reach out to me. I've had survivors who did realize reach out to me. I've had parents who sent their kids away reach out to me. I've had parents who were considering sending their kids away reach out to me. So I already know that this is making a difference. Just refocusing my life on the positives and not the negatives. So get ready, strap in. It's going to be a very bumpy ride, but I don't know about you. I'm really excited. I'm so ready for this. I'm so ready to let my light shine again instead of dimming it for other people. There's no more of that. Jimena, hello, love. Hello. What happened? Oh, I got rid of, I guess, whatever. Anyway, good to see you. I am actually about to wrap up because I need a few minutes before Cosmic Corner. And actually, what I want to do? Let me go home. Go home. That sounds accentuate. I don't even know how to write. I don't even know how to do that song. I'm not even going to pretend right now that I can remember how to do. Oh, and for everyone who's on the journey of getting the auxiliary cord so I could play my vinyl on my turntable and my speaker will not sync up and play the turntable. So I'm very frustrated. I have to find a new, and if I play it just through the turntable, it sounds terrible. So I don't know. I might have to get an actual turntable. And yeah. Hang on 1 second. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Oh, there's here. Here you are. Okay. Now I am going to do this. I want to share this with everybody because this is where I'm going. Okay, so hopefully that showed up for you, and you can click on that if you want to. If you're not already subscribed, check it out. It's a pretty great. When I mean pretty great, I mean it's a wonderfully amazing group of people that I love very much who are wonderful for me to lean on, and I appreciate them so much. So that's where I'm going to be going, but I do need a few minutes to eat a burrito and see what's going on with the lights in this room. And I just want to say I love you to everybody, and I have not forgotten. I have not forgotten. I'm going to end this. Oh, right. I said 2 ways. I'm going to end this without you seeing my face, but you're going to see me and Dewey. And I'm going to end my stream. Thank you. Audrey, I'm so happy to be back too. But okay, never mind. It took my audio off. So we'll just do this. So I just want to remind everybody to do one kind thing for one person today. And if you can do this every day, and if we all do it, we can change the world. Oops. I love you. Let's just work on making the world better by making ourselves better. All right. Thank you all so much for being here. I love everybody. And where am I? And have a great day. I will be back on Sunday, and I'll let you know when.